Hi friends, I would like to greet you and congratulate you because you are the pioneers that are helping ground 5D on planet Earth. So today I want to share with you a channeled message that I received yesterday night, and it came as one whole package. Usually it comes part by part over the hours, which is quite a tedious process, because you have to be meditating for long hours. Over and above that, there are psychic attacks, because when your energy is rising, even if you don't say anything, even if you are not out there, still the energy upsets people around you. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing that happens with the divine masculine, like when his energies are shifting, when his polarized soul self is shifting, awakening, the karmics sense that energy change and start attacking him, and the established system which he has established starts to fall apart. These changes happen because of some deep, hardcore identity shifts that are happening in the divine masculine's life. So anyway, I will get to the channeling that I received from you, from the divine, and share it with you. So yesterday what I was revealed is that the main mission work of the divine feminine is to create the inner union. You all know that, and some twin flames are supposed to create the union up till the third eye chakra, and then they come into physical union. The crown chakra gets worked on later on, but they can cohabit or space together once the third eye chakra is balanced. Some twin flames, that is. Others are required to complete the crown chakra balancing as well, which is the singularity, which is the brain hemispheric merge, which is the union with the monad self. And typically you have the 3D soul self, which is the fragmented self. Then you have the unfragmented self, the singularity, which is also known as the monad self. This is where the collectives are involved. Okay, and then some people say that there is something called the oversoul above the monad self. Okay, and I'm still learning about it. I haven't received any downloads, nor have I done research on this, the oversoul level, but I call the higher self the monad self as well. Okay, because for me the higher self and monad self are one and the same thing, because I encountered the monad self at the crown chakra level, which is the same place where a lot of people encounter what they call the higher self. Anyway, so what I was shown in yesterday's vision is that after the divine feminine completes the inner union, the inner merge, the divine masculine is basically like an empty shell with no energy grounding the polarized ego identity. What do I mean? I'll give you an example. Like, say for example, a aeroplane is flying in the sky, right? So the entire structure of the aeroplane is having the engineering, the systems are working, the fans are running, the plane is flying, but what is propelling the plane is the fuel. Okay, likewise the soul energy is the fuel. If your soul energy is trapped in the polarity matrix, that soul energy is the fuel which is fueling his polarized identity, which is why you have the runner chaser, which is why you have the addictive behavior of the 3D twin flame. Okay, it's the fuel. So now once you complete the inner union, what happens to the Shakti is it unites with the monad self at the crown chakra. So all the energy is flowing up into the crown, all the energy is going to the soul matrix, or some people like to call it the 5D matrix, the Shiva matrix. So all the energy is going there. So now there is no fuel to propel and to keep the polarized ego identity grounded. Okay, and this is what I was shown in my vision. Okay, so now what at this point, what happens to the divine masculine? See, at this point what you have done is the soul has already united within. Okay, the divine masculine is just like an empty shell at this point. Okay, it's just a matter of time when the empty shell will disintegrate into ashes, leaving no polarized ego identity back. This is the ego death process the divine masculine goes through. It can last 6 months, it can last up to a year, but not more than a year. As per what I know, it's not more than a year. So this happens as the crown chakra balancing is taking place, the soul merge is taking place, and once the soul merge is complete, that is the crown chakra is balanced and you have achieved the singularity, all your energy is flowing into the monad self, which is your true twin flame. You are in the inner union state. At this point, the karmic pull to your twin ends. Okay, and also the fuel, the shakti, the energy, your energy that was propelling his polarized ego identity, your energy that was keeping his negative patterns going. Do you know that your energy is what is making him behave in a negative way? Whatever his negative behavior, could be addictions, could be some bad habits, could be some imbalanced energy draining behaviors, whatever the hell is going on with the other half of you, it's because of your energy basically trapped in the matrix. Okay, so once the inner union happens, the divine masculine's ego self is just an empty shell, at that point. Okay, so imagine the soul has united. Okay, there's no polarity in the soul anymore. The one soul has come back into the energetic union. So what about the 3D polarized soul self? It starts disintegrating. It's just a matter of time. So maybe you have achieved the inner union. Okay, and after you achieve the inner union, maybe 6 months later you find out that your twin has reached out to you, and he's a totally different person. At this point, he's a totally different person because he's not coming from the ego self. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is the reunion is a sure thing. There is no doubt about the reunion for those twin flames who have missions here on earth. Okay, for those twin flames who came in with the moksha contract, you know it who you are. There is no doubt about the reunion. It's a sure thing. But the doubt is regarding, can you create the inner union? Because once the inner union is created, there is no fuel to propel the ego identity. The ego identity has to dissolve. I mean, can you imagine, the soul has merged with you. Now, how can the ego survive without the soul? It is the soul separation at the astral level that is manifesting this polarized narcissistic matrix version of your twin. It's manifesting that version of your twin, the soul separation, and it comes from the ancestral stuff that you are carrying. Mostly it is ancestral. Let me tell you that it goes back 20 generations on either side of your parents, around approximately. Okay, so there is a lot of ancestral work that twin flames have to do. We are not really getting into this. A lot of people are just working on the patterns and all, but this stuff involves some hardcore meditation where you are supposed to receive information about your ancestors, because I do that. I receive the information and it goes back to more than just tracing out your negative patterns, whether it's laziness, greed, stealing, whatever patterns, manipulation. It goes deeper. It goes much deeper. That's why you have to invest in modalities like QHTT, quantum healing, then soul fragmentation healing, shamanism. This is an ascension journey, and you have to explore the soul. You have to explore the ancestral lineages. You're getting it? Okay. So because of this process, it takes time, that is for one, and the inner union is what is the doubtful thing here, not the physical union, because the job of the 3D twin flame, the divine masculine's job, his work, his task is to bring in the physical union. What does this mean? It means that he shows up as a man. Once you show up as a divine feminine by creating the inner union, by clearing all the impurities in the soul for both of you, yes, you do the inner work for both of you, okay, then it is his task. And what does he do? He shows up as a man, okay. By that time he will be at the place that he needs to be in the material world. He will show up as a man, okay. He will convince his family members, or if necessary to go against, he will go against his family members. He will leave his karmics. He will do whatever it takes, as long as you clear your ancestral impurities from his soul. I repeat, whatever he is doing to you is just impurities of your ancestors that are trapping him. Because remember, your twin is like Ketu, it's the unconscious. He is running on unconscious programs. You are the conscious part of the soul. He's the unconscious part of the soul. He is running off of programs. You are the programmer. You have to fix the sacred geometry of the soul. You have to reinstall the healthy, balanced Merkabic energetic field. You have to ground into the 5D timelines. You have to do all this work. And some of this work takes repeated sessions. There are some people out here, they even come to me for sessions. I don't know why they come to me for sessions. If they are afraid of being vulnerable. If you go to an astrologer, guys, the astrologer doesn't say things to your face. But you know what? You are 100% vulnerable to the astrologer. He can see you in a way that not even you can see yourself. He knows what is there on each and every part of your body. Even some astrologers, they know that. Just because they don't open their mouth doesn't mean that you're not vulnerable to the astrologer. Every healing modality, if you go to a guru, he can see. His third eye is open, he can see. If you come to me, my third eye is not open like all the time, but I am given visions regarding you, regarding all my clients, because it is very important to be honest to your doctor. It is very important to be honest to your therapist. If you're not willing to be vulnerable, you're not ready to heal, basically. So, okay, I want you to know that the whole process is just about the divine feminine coming into her Shakti self and getting into the inner union first. After that, there is nothing much left of the divine masculine to heal and change. It's just an empty shell. It falls away like within 5 to 6 months, and after that you see a completely different person. A completely different person. You see. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind, because there is, a lot of projecting going on in the twin flame community. And I from the time I know myself, I have always gone into understanding the patterns that I'm running on, understanding the patterns and somebody else is running on, rather than automatically projecting. If you're automatically projecting, it just means you're very disconnected from the soul. You're basically trapped in this material realm, And anybody who projects shows a state of helplessness. Like if you project your issues, it means you believe that you're not able to heal, you believe that you're not able to transform your identity, right? So because of these unconscious belief systems running, you feel helpless. All right, you feel helpless, and because of feeling helpless, you instantly go into projection mode. Okay, so that is very important to understand how to handle your triggers. So there are a lot of people that go into like total anxiety. Total anxiety when they get triggered by their twin, their ego identity comes up. Okay, why do people get into this much anxiety? So I am here right now to just let you know that there is no need for this kind of anxiety. There's no need. What is the anxiety? That the reunion won't happen? That's not true. Once you create the inner union, the ego self is empty shell of the divine masculine. Okay. And at this point, it cannot survive without fuel. You are the fuel. Since it's one shared soul, you are the fuel. You remove the fuel, the ego shell doesn't thrive much long. I want you to let go of all the anxiety. Okay, will the reunion happen? Will the physical reunion happen? Will my twin flame stop running, chasing? Of course, you are one soul. And in most of the cases, friends, in most of the cases, if you meet your twin flame, if you met them, it means that the timeline of the union is a possibility. Because once you create the inner union, basically you are out of the matrix. You know what happens when you're out of the matrix? You have more of a choice on whether to be with a soulmate or whether to be with your twin flame. And at that point, situations are such that, sometimes if the divine mission is not there for for those who don't have that divine mission, many of them choose to be with their soulmates. Okay, because they have a marriage, kids, property, businesses, whatever with their soulmates, fine. And at that point, you can even relate to your twin just about as a friend. Okay, because at that point the sexual urge is gone away because the energy is balanced. You can feel your twin flame within you all the time, right? And if you are meant to be with your soulmate in your old marriages or whatever, usually at this point the crown is not balanced, because when the crown is balanced, the twin is the only person you can be with, because this goes into very high level ascension processes like keeping the kundalini raised in the crown chakra. And when it comes to that stage, you cannot have sex with like anybody else whose Shakti is not awakened, because then the Shakti would drain. And this constant if your Shakti is going up, coming down, going up, coming down, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can affect your esophagus, you can get ulcers. Okay, so if you are going towards this stage, then you have to remember that you have to only be with your twin. And if you're with a soulmate, then probably it will have to be a different type of sexuality that you're practicing with your soulmate that doesn't drop the kundalini down. I cannot comment more on this, but if you are choosing the ascension path where it's complete kundalini stays at the crown, it's ascension, it's moksha, and you don't want to be with your twin, or your twin is not around, then either you remain single, or you have a sexual relationship, or you figure out a sexual practice where the energy doesn't drop down. Okay, because the dropping and raising of energy can be very harmful to the physical body. And yes, at the later stages, energy rises up very fast, okay, because there aren't much karmas in the system. But ideally, both the partners should be at a very high karmic level, where you might be at a place where you're at a karmic balance, you know how to flow the energy in your environment, in your exchanges with people, but your soulmate partner might not be there. His reality matrix might be different, and then if you get sexually intimate with this person, sometimes the karmic transference happens that causes your Shakti to drop down again. Okay, so all these factors you have to consider, because this is a complex process. But one thing I would like to leave you with today is the understanding that there is no reason to have anxiety once you have created the inner union. The difficult part is only up to creating the inner union for the divine feminine, okay? And this is the mission of the divine feminine. This is actually what is the real mission. The energetic mission of the divine feminine is to create the inner union, and then after that the divine masculine's mission starts, which is to create the physical union. That is a different mission. And then you become the third energy, and the third energy also has a practical to-do mission in this world, which has got to do with educating people on what is just ritualistic spirituality versus what is genuine spirituality. It's not about differences, it's about bringing the genuine form of spirituality, which is a state of being. It's about making mysticism a part of daily life, not so removed from the daily life. That's the mission, okay, mostly. And of course, different twin flames have missions in different sectors. Some of them are in politics, some of them are in law and police, some of them are in agriculture, even medicine. These kinds of things are there, okay? So it is a done deal once you create the inner union, because there is no polarity in the soul at this point. There's no polarity in the soul at this point. Okay, and if the soul itself has merged and become one on a higher plane level, it will reflect in the 3D plane very fast. What's the big deal about it? Your twin is manifesting as a matrix twin, or as a runner twin, or as an unawakened masculine, because of the split in the soul. Alright. Okay, it's a polarized 3D soul self. But when that polarized soul itself is reunited at the crown chakra, okay, and also at the heart chakra, because this happens, the merge happens at the heart chakra, and it also happens at the crown chakra. Okay, it happens in the heart chakra first. So the personality shifting, the identity shifting is a sure thing. Okay, because the identity issues that create the separation in the first place. And as you know, identity is a very powerful thing, because identity is denoted by sun. Okay, and sun is what denotes the identity, the place that you stay, the people that are your network, everything. Okay, so this identity goes through a shift. It does take time in 3D reality to manifest, 6 months to 1 year maximum. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. This is not a two people coming together thing. There's an entire plan involved in this. There's an entire Guru Mandala involved in this, spirit guides involved. the entire network is involved, okay, that is overseeing the earth ascension, the earth planetary healing at this time, because we are in the shift of the ages. Okay, we are ascending as a collective, as a planet. So friends, I would like to leave you with this message to just let go of your anxiety. Okay, but the divine feminine has to prioritize her soul mission of creating the inner union, because whenever that I feel weak on this journey, whenever that I feel too many psychic attacks are happening, and constantly there is attack after attack, my higher self leads me to see things like poverty in this world, handicapped people, animals being abused, women being abused, kids being neglected. I am led into such situations one after the other every time that I decide or I feel like giving up on this journey. I'm reminded that there is a divine mission, and that is why I have taken up this tough journey of the moksha contract, right? So if you like this video, friends, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Consider donating, and I will see you again next time. I would like to hear your comments as well. Okay, I'm available for sessions. You can book a session with me. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.